What's up, Amazon sellers? I've planned out the entire month of July, and if you want to know what I'm planning to do in my Amazon UK arbitrage business this July, then stay tuned. I'm going to share all with you in this video today. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and I've been selling on Amazon now doing online arbitrage for the last 5 years. Now in the UK, I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller, check this out, and in the USA, I'm a 6-figure Amazon seller, check this out. And hopefully in the near future, we'll expand into another marketplace, and if you're interested in learning about what I'm doing, how I'm scaling, and what I'm learning on my journey, do make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Right, enough about me. What are we talking about today? Well, first things first, number one, I'll give you a recap of my plans for June. Number two, I'm going to share you about my plans for July. And then finally, number three, I'll give you some personal advice and some thoughts about going forward, maybe to help you out. So let's get started. First things first, let's give you a recap of my plans for June. If you follow my journey, I mentioned that we're going to be hitting ideally 280,000 in revenue in June. And this is for my online arbitrage business. So far, we're hitting the targets per week, so pretty happy with that. And we're also seeing improvements in terms of ROI. Over the last couple of weeks and maybe like a month or two, we've really seen it go up about 5% from really challenging the buy box, and also as well sourcing techniques. Now, what I will say is it's been our focus over the last couple of months to, should we say, really drive improvements in the ROI. Why? Because revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, and that is something that I really believe in. Now, you might be asking what changes we've done to, should we say, make this happen, and like I mentioned before, we've really been focusing on the sourcing side, which is around finding better deals, better criteria, then also how we're doing it on the buy box, like how we're competing with other pricer. That is something that's really important and had a major impact. Now, on the other hand, if you follow my journey as well, I also started my wholesale business, and I'll kind of touch on that as well. Recently talked about, should we say, spending at least £12,000 for my wholesale business. And what I'll say is this has been one of the most challenging parts of the wholesale side, considering that we've had lots of products that we wanted to buy, and that we get lots of products from the distributors that they ask us to analyze or we need to analyze. That takes quite a lot of time before we get to purchase the item. Now, the problem here is that we found the supplier, we've analyzed the product, we've got the supplier list, analyzed, and it's taken a long time. And by the time we're ready to order, they're already out of stock. So we need to move faster. We've had to do a lot of work, should we say, on making our deal analysis much faster, and at the same time, trying to speed it up whilst not really affecting spending. So kind of doing maybe faster deal analysis. That is something that's been really important for us, and hopefully we'll see an impact in the coming months. Now, aside from that, what's happened in my, Amazon UK business this June is market withdrawals. And in particular, what am I highlighting to or alluding to, or IP complaints, IP issues. Now, this isn't brand identity issues. This might be around market withdrawals of products. So you might be asking what happened. Well, quite simply, as a result of Brexit, should we say, there were items like beauty products that weren't allowed in the UK. Now, there has been a complaint given to, should we say, us called what's known as market withdrawal, which basically says these items we are selling are discontinued for the UK market. So what we're doing is that we're working with these issues so far to try and get them removed, which is quite challenging since there are a lot of requirements that need to be submitted in order to continue listing these products. Right, I'm giving you a quick update on my plans or what happened actually in June, and obviously my plans in July. Now, the question I really want to ask is, what were your plans and what did you struggle with? We talked about IP complaints, market withdrawal. Was it for you sourcing? Was it VAs? Was it scaling? Or maybe, I don't know, getting started on your business? Let me know in the comments down below, and maybe I can help you as well. Let me know in the comments down below. Right, this leads me nicely onto my second chapter. That's my plans for my UK business going into July 2022. Now, first things first, I'll begin with my plans for online arbitrage, and that is quite simply to hit £273,000 in sales. Well, basically, the whole point behind this is about two things. Number one of my strategic plans is to grow the business. And how do we do that? Well, that's through hiring extra team members because we've got the cash. Well, actually, right now, what we are seeing is that maybe the UK economy is we're not too sure. So we're just going to hold fire for a second. So we're literally taking a moment to reevaluate our hiring plans for the coming month or the coming year, and we will definitely be hiring. I will not deny that. But the one thing which I will say is that we're just seeing what's going on with the economy, but also as well, we're seeing what's happening within Amazon. What we are seeing and what we have seen over the last couple of months is quite simply a lot of supply, i.e. sellers selling on Amazon, but the demand has slowed down. And what has that meant? Well, it means prices have gone down. So right now, we're not so worried about, should we say, say, ramping up the spend in regards to just spend it all. What we are now looking at is making sure we're spending it well. So we just want to take a month out of, should we say, scaling to really focus on maximizing the profitability of the business. That is something that we're really looking at. Now, the second thing for me is really to work with my purchasing manager and all my purchasing managers, because we've got quite a lot of them across our business. Why? Well, we're looking to document everything they're doing, building SOPs and putting it together into a course whereby not only we can train other purchasing managers for our business. If you want to know, I'll let you into a hint. This year alone, we need to get another 5 purchasing managers. Maybe I'll create a video around it for next year, but also as well, we want to share that knowledge with the community, share it with our customers in FastTrackFBA so they can see how we do it and what we do and how we manage our processes within the business. And that is about developing our standard operating procedures and getting everything documented. So not only we can share it, but also improve the business going forward, which is super, super important. So as far as my team, are concerned, they are currently in the works right now, recording, filming, documenting everything they're doing and recording like 1 hour in-depth training videos about exactly what they're doing. And obviously we'll turn that into course content, which is going to be super important and obviously helpful for you guys and obviously us as well. Okay, so now I'll move on to my plans for my wholesale business in June. First things first, number one is to hit £44,000 in sales. It's a really big number. Quite like that number, that's great. So you might be asking, how are we going to do it? What's the goal? What's the strategic plan behind 44,000? Well, quite simply, we're looking at increasing the SKU count. What we've seen is basically that by increasing the number of SKUs, which we say to over 100 different products, for wholesale, that's going to really increase our revenue and help us achieve 44,000, which is a really big number. It'll be like 500,000 by the end of the year. Yeah, that's good. Hashtag excited. Now, the second thing is to come up with a process on how to speed up deal analysis. Now, like I said earlier, we're having problems. We're having problems whereby we find the suppliers, we get, the lists. By the time we've analyzed the deals, we can't spend enough items because they've run out. So we need to speed up the deal analysis process. So we're looking at that and we're trying to understand how we can do it, which, this is going to help us avoid issues by like the supplier running out of stock by the time we're about to purchase those products, which I think is super important. Okay, so I'm talking about my plans for July 2022. And the one thing I just talked about is speeding up deal analysis, getting more deals, doing that process. And hey, it's quite fundamental for any business. Why is that important? Well, the quicker you can do it, the quicker you can buy them, the quicker you can flip that product and make money. How do you do it? Well, a lot of people start off with leads lists, which is absolutely fine. And if you've already tried leads lists and maybe they're not for you, do look at getting a VA. Now, why? Because quite simply, a VA can go out and find deals. They can source from all the profitable suppliers you've got. And not only that, they can actually go through all your old deals, look at for replenishments, finding new products, increase that SKU count. It's a basic fundamental of Amazon. And this is how I've grown my business, by building a team of VAs, virtual assistants, who's really helped me scale to 7 figures in one business and soon to be 7 figures, hopefully, in the next business. Now, if you're interested in learning about VA, look no further than FastTrackFBA VA Academy. This is a service I created whereby we find, hire, and train a VA to work in your business. They are yours. You pay them directly. And we support them for 12 weeks to get results. Any problems, you give us a call, send us a message, and we will jump on it and fully support you. Now, we've hired over 500 VAs for our clients over the last 2.5 years, and that's for over 250 clients. Why so many? Well, because it works. And if you do the maths, it's more than 2 VAs per client because they keep coming back, because it works in scaling their business. And if you're interested in learning more and want a free 30-minute consultation call, have a look at the link down below, fasttrackfba.com/VA. Right, this leads me nicely on to my third chapter, which is some personal advice for you. Now look, I talked about it earlier, and I've got targets for both my online arbitrage and also wholesale business. Now, what I will say is, if you are thinking about building targets for your Amazon business, then what I'd really consider is look at your team, look at what your operations are, look at all the kind of components, and what you really want to do is think about the numbers. Business is just numbers at the end of the day. So what do I mean? Well, quite simply, number one is how many sourcing VAs, or how many people do I have sourcing? How much should they be buying every week, every month? And for example, for us in the FastTrackFBA VA Academy, we talk about all sourcing VAs after 3 months should be spending at least £1,333 on products per week. What does that mean? Well, it means that we should get about 5,600, I think it is, every month. And that should net out to about, it's about £10,000 in net, revenue sales, buying for 10, sale for 20. Now, the reason why I say that is quite simply for the fact that we know how much we're going to make in sales. That's 10,000 extra sales per VA per week when they're just getting started. Fantastic. Now, once we know that, we can work out revenue and we know what our goals are going to be. And once you know your revenue and you know your net margin, my God, it's just simple mathematics. So break it down, cash in the bank, talk about your sourcing team, build that team, and that's just going to help you make targets. And you're going to know if you're achieving or underachieving, and maybe which areas of your business are doing really well, and maybe which areas need some focus. So I think that's something really important. It's something we've been doing for years in my business, and it's a fundamental part of scaling too, from 5 to 6 to 7 figures and even out to 8. Now, what I will say is after going through my plans for July, you might want to learn about how VAs can grow your business. So I'll drop a video around here called How Virtual Assistants Grow Your Amazon Business. Check that out. I think you'll like it. But hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button down below. But for myself, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.